The NBA Finals is almost over. Hockey Finals, Stanley Cup is set. Baseball about to start popping off. Man, let's make some goddamn money. Let's go.
Let's go! This ain't the fuck like oh, this game he stink!
Oh shit!
It's gone!
And we are live. Welcome, everybody, back to another great episode of the Money Pop Podcast. I am your host, Mossy Money, and you didn't decide to go to church on Sunday service. And I'm going to tell you why. Whether you're on Facebook, whether you're on YouTube, whether you're on Twitter, you trust your boy and the boys and the team to give you the absolutely best advice for your gambling habits and gambling needs. We read between the lines. We read on top of the lines. We read behind the lines. Oh, about to do that Millie Wop to help you fill your pockets, to help you fill your motherfucking gas tank. Jesus Christ. And I don't even like to take the Lord's name in vain on a Sunday, Sabbath, on Sunday at all. But this motherfucker, man, Jesus, got everybody by the balls. And I don't care if you're a man, woman, in between, pan, trans, you got surgery, you didn't, you got them off. It is holding you, whatever you got, by the balls right now. I just put over $100 in my tank, and I got a car. V8, though, but it's a car. And I'm debating that I should have went and got that Tesla and that $900 payment because that's what I'm paying right now. This is ridiculous. God damn. I'm sorry. I just had to. So, if you got an IROC Z, Z28, you're fucked. But even if you got a Volkswagen Passat, you're fucked. I'm sorry, man. That might be a reoccurring theme of my rant, during the opening monologue. I apologize. I don't mean to start out to this way. Let's take a step back and let's welcome everybody to the show again. My bad. And then let's get to making this money. All right. Whew, that was tough. All right. Members, we're going to do a recap of yesterday. Members, we had a good day yesterday. I put out 3 plays in the membership program. In the membership monthly. $9.99, bro. $9.99. And we hit yesterday. Been a while, been bleeding a little bit, but we came back strong last week. I missed on 2 of my baseball plays, kind of reassessed how I'm doing it, and then we hit it on a nice UFC parlay if you were in it. If you played all 3 bets, hopefully you did. So we were up yesterday, trying to keep that momentum. To become a member, if you're on YouTube right now, just put the link up. Become a member, $9.99 a month. Like I said, $9.99 a month. Not only do you get to come on the shows, you get giveaways. We giving away Philly stuff now. I bet now, because before we weren't giving away shit for Philly, but now Phillies are rocking red hot. So I know Tom's got some stuff for the Phillies. Football is we itching, right? Well, as soon as basketball cut off, if you're not a baseball fan or a hockey fan, you're just itching. You're doing your fantasy mock drafts right now. I just know it. So we give away stuff for football, live shout outs on shows, and obviously the picks from your boys for Money Pop Podcast. If you're not on YouTube right now, just go ahead and go to YouTube real quick at A2D Radio YouTube. There's a link there to join. Like I said, $9.99 a month pays for itself. And we're going to keep firing at that thing, man. You can't find that anywhere else. You got everybody else telling well plays, $50, $60. We ain't move up because of the recession coming, right? We ain't move up our prices. We're staying right where we are. So make sure you go check that out. The homie B Diddy, what's up, bro?
What's up, brother? What's up, brother? Out here in these rainy streets right now. I'm here.
Yeah,
What's
man.
up?
Yeah, man, it was good, man. Everything's love, man. Still doing our thing, still talking that talk. Hey, real quick, since I got you on here, I know you're short on time. I think it would be a great idea, since you are an avid and active and a deadly poker player at that. We need to talk about getting you looking at some action. I want some action on that. You going out to Vegas for the WSOP, right?
That is correct. That's the plan. That's the plan.
Yeah,
I'll
man. We
take
got
all the action I can. Let's go. Let's get it.
we gotta get a money pot thing, man. It might not just be me now. Might
Okay.
not just be me now. We got people out here. Let's see.
Like you said, gas is high. Planes, flights is high. Rooms is high. I need all the help I can get. If I get all the help I can get, then let's
Yeah,
do it.
man.
Then we're talking bigger opportunities.
That's good, bro. Like we're not just trying to get you on your merry way. Let me speak
Absolutely.
with the people. You my
Absolutely.
man. You always gonna be my man. But we trying to make sure that we get a return here. So let's once everything's settled off today, let's talk offline. Let's see if we can come up with something where we can put out to the people if they want to jump on some of your action and how they can get, you know how we do 10, 15% on some of the action up to maybe $100 or something like that. Keep it light,
For sure.
and then see if we can have some fun. And then once you out there, man, you know how they do on TikTok, man. Give us the play-by-play from start.
Oh, I can do that. For sure.
Yeah, for sure.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that'll be
We'll
a good.
talk. We'll talk.
Yeah, we'll definitely get on that. So for all my poker heads out there, the homie B Diddy from the show is going out to the WSOP. We'll put together a nice little package if anybody wants a little bit of his action. He'll talk about if you're a poker player, you always kind of span out what tournaments you're going to do. We'll talk about some of the tournaments that he's going to do, and then we'll see if we can get something together and put that out for people who want a little bit of the action.
Appreciate that. For sure.
Yeah, for sure. All right, let's get into the poll question, y'all. Golden State will win Game 5 by double digits. Agree or disagree? Facebook, YouTube, Twitter. Let me know what you're thinking about this poll question. Do we think that Golden State is going to win Game 5 by double digits? Right now, the line is at -4, and that's brought to you by BetUS. BetUS. If you're on YouTube right now, you should see the link right now. Hit BetUS. If you join and you drop $50, at least $50, you will get 125% back on your money. That is free money. We have to look at all the sports books and all the promotions out there. We specifically work with BetUS, so this is our link, but shop around. But you're not going to find anything better than this. And for those who are in Florida and Florida and California, make sure that you get on this because you can't get on FanDuel, you can't get on DraftKings yet. Not everywhere can bet just yet, which is crazy. As much money as is in this industry, not everybody can bet just yet. But on BetUS link, if you hit that link, if you're on YouTube right now, you can hit that link right now. If you're on Facebook right now, go to the Facebook A2D radio page, the bio, the link is in there, and you can go and click on this link. Make sure you tell them Money Pot sent you. One of the very best new up-and-coming bet sportsbook US sites right now. Go ahead and check BetUS right now, and you can get that promotion. Great promotion. Great group of guys over there too as well, and gals. So, but let's go back to the question. Golden State will win by double digits in Game 5. Agree to disagree. This is tough, man, because it's been a back and forth matchup all the way through. Storylines in between. Certain players kind of showing up here and there. Defensive battle, obviously, mastermind. Love how Steve Kerr responded in adversity. Love how stars respond, specifically Draymond Green and Curry. We've seen Clay get hot a little bit, but we haven't seen Clay go off with that Klay Thompson game yet. Obviously, Tatum is the next superstar in this league, and Jaylen Brown is making a name for himself as he should be in that conversation as well. So they're going home. Obviously, tough to play in Golden State. But I think this team is temperament, so I'm going to disagree. I think the lines are right. I think the books are right. I think this is another kind of toss-up game, closer game that we're going to see. Again, I think you can see a double-digit lead, probably by Golden State during the game. But I think that you'll see Boston kind of rally back, make it close. I don't know who's going to win this game. I haven't been good at picking who's been winning this game. But right now, to me, in my head, it's a both win game for both, right? You lose and go to State. You don't want to go to Boston. And if you're Boston, you don't want to have to come back for Golden State in Game 7 if you go back home and win. So it is a must-win game, on both sides of the ball. And obviously, it's a final, so every game is must-win. But I think in this specific scenario, whoever wins Game 5 is obviously, I think, is going to win the whole thing. You got 2 games to win one for Golden State, and then obviously same thing for Boston. So it's really tough matchup to really kind of digest and kind of figure out. B Diddy, what have you seen on this final that where you can give you an edge? I know you got some gems to drop because I know you found an edge early on, but what are you seeing in terms of picking a side of who's actually going to win?
Right. I'm sorry if you hear some background noise. I'm
Oh, you
driving.
good, bro? Go ahead.
First let me answer the poll question. Golden State to win by double digits. Is it possible? I guess. Are they? No. No, I like Boston here. I really like Boston this game. I like Boston in 6 still.
You see Boston and see? Oh, okay. Well, that makes sense. Yeah, they would go back.
I like Boston in 6. I think they can win in Golden. I think they can win in Golden State. It's going to be a tough game. It'll be a close game. I think, if anything, it'll flip flop. Can Boston win by double digits is the question. But I'm saying that because I think the better team is still Boston Celtics. And I think watching the game last night, Steph got hot. It was opportunistic buckets that happened late in the stretch. And that put Boston in a situation where they had to really once Golden State went up 3 and then went up 5. I think they hit 2 back-to-back threes. I think, and with less than just 90 seconds left, I think it put the pressure on Boston too late to try to cut that, and they still almost did. It would have been another ball game because you had Al Horford in the corner missing a bunch of threes that he should have been knocking down. So with that being said, I like Boston.
So you like Boston in the points?
Yeah, I think the better team is Boston. I think Warriors can get hot, right? But I still don't think they're all together. Draymond still hasn't been a factor in this game in the last 2 games. They didn't do anything last.
He was a factor in Game 2 when he came out with that.
Game 2, he was bullying everybody. He was setting the tone.
Right, exactly.
I think all that shit is dead now. So, I think they watched the tape. They realized they was getting bullied, and they had to shut that shit down. Plus, they were back in Boston for 2, so the confidence level was there. So I don't really care. I don't think they're going to go into Golden State. I think they're expecting the same scenario, and they've already won there. So I like Boston here. I'll tell you, man, the gyms I've been following that's been knocking down every single game has been Boston to cover the first half, and it's the Warriors third quarter. That's the 2 plays I played every game this series, and it has been a home run. Boston to cover the first half, and Warriors to win the third or cover. Either way, it's been the same. They've done both, and I won't get off that until I lose one. That's the play for me. I may dabble in some
play too, right?
Every single play. I did take Boston one time in the first quarter. I think it was game 3 at home. I thought they'd win the first quarter, so I kind of doubled down, and they did. It was one of them. I think it was game 3. Yeah, for sure, game 3. And I'm going to kind of follow those trends. The line's at 4. It's kind of been stuck there all series. 3.5, 3, 4. It's been the same. So
3.5. I'm looking at it right now.
Yeah, so I think that the books got it right because they don't know. Nobody really knows.
Yeah, they don't.
So you got to respect the home team. So you got to give the home team the 3.5, and that's all they're doing. Just like the regular football game. It's like, okay, we're gonna give you 3.5 because you're playing home.
Yeah,
that's what's been going on. So for me, I'm gonna keep the same plays. I give it out to you guys. It's been 100%. Of course, when I say it out loud, I think I said it last week too, but it's gonna be Boston first half to cover, and it's gonna be Warriors third quarter. It's just been money.
Yeah. What's up, Jake? What's up, Brian? Appreciate y'all boys jumping on. Yeah, man. No, it really is tough, this series. It's really interesting matchups, and my biggest theme of the finals that I've been kind of leaning on is, like I said before, man, lean on the stars. Right now. So that was Bet US. I just wanted to check the Bet US because that's our sponsor. We have a first half at +1.5. Money line is two. They have it as units right now. That's what you see right there, 2 units and 1 unit. But let me switch it up and let me go to FanDuel real quick because I know most people use FanDuel as their FanDuel or DraftKings, kind of one and the same. Um, I can't say it's one and the same, but um, let me bring that up real quick. So the line is off right now. I don't know why. Maybe somebody, you know, updated the injury report. Oh, there we go. So -4 at FanDuel right now. But what I've been looking at that I really like in this is this Tatum prop, 26.5 points. Like I said, must win game on both sides. He'll walk into 20 easy without even a doubt, right? And the way he's been shooting it from three, he's been hitting 3 to 4 threes almost every game, and he's taking about 9 to 10 attempts. But in this game in particular, this to me for Boston to win is a Tatum game. He has to take over and be the guy. He's got to get me 28, 29, over 30 points, 6 or 7 rebounds, and 7 assists. He's got to have, even though that's not LeBron-esque, because LeBron will give you 35, 12, and 8, but he's got to be in that upper echelon of numbers, I think, for Boston to win this game. You can always get, out. Horford could always get hot. Robert Williams could always sneak in there with a double-double that can change the complexity of the game. Obviously, Marcus Smart. But they're just inconsistent for me. Too inconsistent for me to be even to put money on them. But I really like Tatum to go off in this game, and I think he will. And that kind of goes back with part of what you were saying, Brent, was about the fact that you like Boston in this game. And I think Tatum's going to step up in this game, and it wouldn't surprise me if he gives him 30. He's at +164 to drop 30, which is a reach.
Yeah, man. I agree. I agree with you. But I think we've been saying this, man. It's not really a game of I know you're saying lean heavy on the stars for sure. Your Steph, your Brown, your Tatum. But I feel like the results is actually more based off of the role players.
Absolutely.
And how these guys are going to show up. At the game. If the role players for Boston steps up, and Marcus Smart can get you 16 points and his scrappy 18, a couple of timely threes. If Horford can somehow wake up out of his little whatever shit he's going through right now, if he can get you some points, and obviously Williams has been great, hustling, getting the boards. I think he's averaging close to about 8 boards now with them 2 back-to-back double-digit rebound games. Those are key to the series. I think for Golden State, they've been trying to figure out how they can get Crash on the boards and execute the doors. They tried to bench Looney, put Porter out there last week. That didn't work for nothing. He pulled Porter right away, right? Put Looney out there, and Looney was grabbing boards for Warriors. So it's really a role player game, and I think whatever role players show up, and if Clay shows up, it's trouble. Clay's been spotted.
That's what they need. They need Clay. They definitely need Clay to get hot.
Yeah.
They need Clay to get hot, and Clay needs to give him one of them Clay games where it don't matter who's on him, he's not missing. And my only thought is that he's not all the way back from that injury, and there's just some lingering things from there. Wiggins has been a really surprising thing for me. I didn't know he had that in him. I knew Wiggins was good, and I was always an Andrew Wiggins fan. But he looks like he's the best athlete on the court.
Yeah, he's playing really well. And I will do a little tell here too, a possible betting tell. If his juice is not too high, I think I did win a player prop was him over 1.5 3-point mades. I think out of the series he's hit that 3 of the 4 games.
Yeah, he's at -4. You're gonna play a little bit of juice for it.
How much is it now?
-140.
See, it was -115 last game.
Let me take a look at that real quick.
But I feel like he's the one that's going to get the open threes, and he spots up in that 3 corner, almost like how Horford does. And even you can look at Horford. Horford's going to put up the shot. You want to look when you're looking at these player props, definitely from 3. It's who's putting an output out. And now it feels though Wiggins gets those open opportunities as they're so worried about what's going on with Steph and Clay. And I think he's hit 3 of the 4, right?
Yeah, I'm going to him now. I didn't know he had almost a 20-20 game in him. Like he had 17 points and 16 boards. Like I didn't know he had that. He had that in him. Yeah, you're right. He's hit 3 out of 4. That's a good pick. He's averaging about I want to say about what's that, 10, 12. So he's averaging about 5.5 to 6 threes a game. And like you said, he's hit 2 out of the last 4 games, he's hit 2 out of 3.
And he hit that last game in the first half. He was
hit.
So I mean, if you think it's too much juice, throw it in a parlay. Could be a nice little parlay stacker. I think that's one thing that's going to be good for and he's at home too. The adjustment will be made with Boston. Boston don't lose back-to-back games. They haven't yet. They haven't lose back-to-back games.
That's another gem too. They haven't lost back-to-back games this whole playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
So that's another thing to look at too. What about is Draymond gonna make a 3? Like I feel like this is
you don't shoot him. He's not shooting. Draymond is I don't know what's happened to Draymond as far as an offensive. I mean, he's never been like this super offensive threat, but let's not forget Draymond was like there's been series in championship series, final series where he was averaging like 20 and down there 20 and 10. Some were like 30-point games. Like, are we forgetting that Draymond used to have a lot of offensive output? I know
I never remember Draymond averaging 20 and 10.
Look at his final stats in his last finals.
You know what I mean? I don't remember, but
that's what I'm saying.
He's climbing like record books in terms of what he's doing in the playoffs. And to me, it's just because it's volume, because they're always in the playoffs and they always go far. But like I think he passed like dirt for most like made threes or something.
I'm telling you, if you look at his stats in the finals, he's had those big games. He's had a major offensive output. He was not averaging 4 or 5 points a game. This has been a joke.
Like I feel like he has to go off sooner or later, and that's just my gambler and me telling me, like, yo, like Draymond's he's gonna have to hit a 3.
Fuck that.
I ain't doing that.
If his line is 7.5, 5.5 points, man, shit.
He's at 6.5 points right now.
He keep declining.
Can we get a Draymond same game parlay in this thing, man?
I would never. No.
Let me see. Let me put it together for y'all.
Don't do it. Don't waste my time.
Don't waste your time.
No, I ain't got a lot of it right now. I'm walking in to help out the city of Philadelphia.
We got listen.
And I'm about to ref some of the future of the NBA, hopefully, right here today. So we'll see.
+5, +550. Draymond over 6.5 points. Draymond to make a 3, just 1 3, right? That'll get you half his points anyway. And the Draymond to have 7 assists, 6.5 assists.
How many threes is he shooting? I think he only shot like 1 3 last game.
He's shooting like only 2 threes.
No, hell no. I'm not putting that in my goddamn parlay. And he's been wide open. That's what I'm saying. His confidence offensively.
Oh my God, he's been wide open.
He's been wide open. He keep passing the ball off. So, and this is without Clay being even rolling. I get the first 2 games. Like, hey, I want to get my guys involved. Game 2, he was trying to get Clay and get him growing. Clay he just looks a little old. Clay looks old. Remember, Clay used to be a defensive stopper. Like Clay used to play the lockdown on D.
Yeah, no, he did.
The injuries really kind of like slowed him up a little bit. He looked like Andre Iguodala really quickly. You know what I'm saying?
Andre was out here coaching Wiggins.
Yeah, he looked like a coach. Andre looking for that in the next 5 years, get that head coaching job.
Yeah, well, you already got the podcast popping, and he's a low key genius too on the low. From his
he is, and he got a lot. He don't need to coach because he got a lot of money invested somewhere else, and I think at Tech and a lot of different places. Shout out to the Iguodala family. Actually, one of my colleagues at Ref here in Philadelphia is his brother, so we're connected a little as far as on the officiating PIAA wise, but they're good. They're good people. They're definitely good people.
Yeah, no, for sure. Iggy, definitely Iggy's good people. But like I said, outside of Wiggins, Boston's almost top 5 is more athletic than Golden State for sure, and you can probably even. I mean, I guess Poole's got some, he's got a little bit of Rondo game to him. I like his game. He's got a little Rondo with kind of his awkwardness in terms of how he gets with his layups. He can shoot obviously better than Rondo, but how he tries to break down and kind of sneaky, crafty is a better word.
Do you put Poole in a Rondo category?
I'm talking about when he's around the basket, bro. Just when he's around the basket. That's it.
Oh, okay.
Not whole offensive skill set. Just how he gets to the lane and scores.
I don't see Rondo at all. But I hear you.
That's all. That's all I'm saying, man. He said, hold up. What's up, Saquon? What's good, bro? Appreciate you. But yeah, man, that's funny. So yeah, no, I feel like Draymond's got to get in there somewhere, man. He's so due for at least 1-3.
Okay, you don't disclaimer to all of listeners, please don't gamble with that. I'd rather you just do what I said earlier and let's rock out with some percentages and trends that are in the positive, not in the negative.
I hear you. Wilson, what's up, baby?
What's going on? What's going on?
What's up?
What's going on, Wilson?
Guy, Willy Vegas is on to give us some baseball tutelage, some baseball knowledge, because everything's coming to an end. So we got to jump in a baseball game. I got to make sure
Absolutely.
we getting the right things being told to us, and what to look at and what not to look at. In terms of
what's going on, Willie? Nate, please write that down for me. I'm jumping into the gym now, so if you want to get a little loud, I'm gonna jump off.
All right, go ahead.
All right, brother. I'll talk to you once I get out of here.
All right, appreciate you. Willie, what's up, man?
What's going on, Nate? What's going on, man?
Tag team partner in for the next. Let's go. This is how
I like it. I like it.
All right, so we were just been talking about basketball. I'll bring you right into the basketball conversation, man. What you like in this game? What you don't like in this game? We were just playing with some player props. I'm a big fan of this. Has got to be this to me tells me Jayson Tatum all over this game. I think this 26.5 is a little bit low for him. Obviously, it's a must-win game on both sides. Golden State doesn't want to go down, going back to Boston, and Boston doesn't want to have to see Golden State in Game 7 as well. So I'm feeling Tatum to show up here. I think he even might get to 30. I've been riding a trend of riding the stars, even though the game has been decided by some of the kind of secondary, tertiary, and other players and role players, but the stars has got to be stars when they need to be stars, just like we saw Curry go off.
Absolutely.
So what you like in this game?
I do like Tatum. I think Tatum's due for a big night, so I'm right on board with you with that. Honestly, I've been doing same game parlays for the finals, and I've been going like 3-pointers and defense, blocks and steals, because I feel like especially these two teams. Marcus Smart is guaranteed for 2 steals a game. You can just mark it in. I think he had 4 last game. I think 2 steals is a guarantee. And then
that's good value right there. That's 106 minus 106.
And Klay Thompson, he gets a block a game. And for some reason, like I don't know if FanDuel, but DraftKings has it as a plus for him to get a block. And I feel like he gets a block every game. It's very good value.
Yeah, I don't have. Yeah, they have they kind of cut me off on who I can do blocks with. But
yeah, I know like they get a little weird with the blocks and steals.
Yeah,
sometimes. They don't let you add them sometimes. Sometimes they do, but that's what I hit one the other night that was literally all 3-pointers and steals and blocks. That's all it was.
Hey man,
I just figured everyone shoots so many threes now. You figure
absolutely
you can hop into a couple. I was screwing up earlier because I kept using Draymond, and he can't hit a 3, even though he shoots 4 a game.
We were just talking about that. Is this a Draymond Green game? Like he's been so due.
He's got to hit a 3, right? He
shot hit a 3 in his series.
I think he shot at least 3 for 3 straight games. Now he hasn't hit one.
He's got to hit a 3.
He's got to.
He's
got to.
I'm
gonna bet Draymond to hit a 3 tomorrow just because he's got to.
Oh, that's so funny. I just put a same game parlay just for Draymond.
I like it.
I put his points, which I think is super low, but I mean it's granted 6.5. They hit a 3, and I'm just like, bro, if you hit 1 3, that's half your player.
Yeah, if you hit a 3, you should get the over 6.5.
Yeah, and then his assists I think are kind of right where they should be, maybe a little bit low. And that's at 6.5.
Yeah,
plus 5.
absolutely.
I was plus 554. I'll bring it back up real quick. I
think that's a good value right there, I'd say.
So here, I'll bring it back up real quick. That's hilarious. Like, yo, he's got to
hit one.
He's got to hit one. All right, let's take.
He keeps shooting them. He can't go like, he's not going to go 10% for the series. I would hope not, at least.
All right, here we go. Here it is, right here. For those who want to roll the dice on Draymond, and you're listening to us and you think that he's going to roll the dice and he's going to hit at least one.
He's got to.
Plus 554 on a Draymond Green same game parlay. Draymond over 6.5 assists. Draymond off a 3, just hitting 1 3, and Draymond over 6.5 points. That's plus 554. Good value.
Very good value, I'd say.
Very good value on a debatable Hall of Fame player that hasn't hit shit in the whole series. Nothing. I like it. But I really do. I didn't even because I feel like when you start betting defense, we're searching. Right?
Oh, you're definitely searching. That's strictly for if you're trying to hit a big one. You know what I mean?
But I love this play. I love this Marcus Smart to record 2 steals.
I love it. Yeah, always.
Minus 106. That's a very, very good play. Almost guaranteed. He's hit it 3 out of the last 4. I think he had 4 steals last game.
4 steals last game, yep.
So this is I really like this play right here as well. Good call on that one. Good call on that one. Anything else you got on this game? Who you got winning?
I do think that I like Boston. I think that Golden State might win, but I think is it 3? 4. Boston getting 3? 4?
4. That's 4.
I mean, I like Boston with the 4.
Okay.
They might win the game. I know it's been. I feel like Boston's outplayed them so far in the series, even though it's 2-2. So I could see them winning this game on the road.
Yeah, they have. In Boston hasn't lost back-to-back games yet in the playoffs.
So that's a very good nugget right there.
Yeah, so they haven't lost. So you got to follow the trend. Don't get cute. Don't get silly. If you like Boston, then
and if you're going to take Boston, I would then definitely lean towards the over on Jayson Tatum because you figure he's going to play well if they're going to win.
Yeah, I agree. And I mean, it's been a couple games where he's been off and he still walked in the 26.
Yeah, I mean, he shoots so much volume,
right?
And that he's gonna get 20 points at least.
Yeah,
and if he shoots well, he's gonna get 30.
I literally just said that. I was like, he's walking in the 20 wherever it doesn't matter. He's gonna get 20. Yeah. What is his 20? His 20 is minus 1,000.
I mean that's a gimme.
Yeah, he's gonna get the 20 for sure. All right, let's switch gears, man. We got you on here to talk about baseball. First question. Was it really just Joe? Was Joe really the problem?
I mean, I don't think so. But
is it timing? Like,
it is wild how, granted, 8 straight new manager. I think a lot of it was just a new voice. New voice in the room. I think I lost an 8 there, but obviously, it's not just Joe. It looks bad on Joe right now. I'm sure Joe's not in a good spot with how we're playing without him. But
yeah,
it's definitely not just Joe. But like you said, sometimes you got to shake things up. You're not playing well. You need a new voice in the room. Maybe a little kick in the ass to the players, like, hey, you got this guy fired for not playing well.
Right.
So, I mean, I think all those things factor in. And new voice.
The schedule's soft.
Yeah, I mean, Grant, we haven't been playing the 27 Yankees the last couple of games.
Yeah.
But it's good to see they're hitting the ball. That's all we can ask for, right?
Yeah. And they're over 500. And I've seen other pods. I've seen other people who talk baseball, year round every day. And I see them already creeping to this playoffs conversation. And what I was told that right now, months of June and July are when those teams start to separate themselves.
Usually is, correct.
So this is so it's okay to be this early in the game talking playoff baseball because this is where we see the teams start, who are the contenders, who are the players, who are going to be in the wild card and so forth for the the hunt was it Hunt for October or Red October?
Yeah, well, I mean, whatever you want to call it. Now they have
Yeah.
extra teams this year, so there's definitely a good
Explain
chance.
that to me. I didn't know that. So what's that about?
Yeah, so they added. So now there is.
I got to say that shirt is fire, by the way.
Oh, thank you. Yes,
I
big
love
fan
that.
of it. I want to say that there's five. I think 5 teams from each side make it now. So there's like extra. They added an extra wild card.
Okay.
So what happens is then it might even be 6. Someone going to have to look it up for us. It might even be 6, but I think the top 2 teams, which right now would be the Mets and the Dodgers, I think, in the East.
Okay.
Or in the NL. And so they would get a bye, and then like 3rd plays 6, 4th plays 5, I think.
Right.
But it's only a 3-game series.
Oh, it's only 3 games. Okay.
Yeah, only 3-game series.
Is this the first time they're doing it this year?
So there was like the 2 wild card teams played each other for a 1-game series is what they were doing like the last 2 years, I guess, or 3 years. Now there's 3 wild card teams, and they all play in a little 3-game series, like between the lowest, I guess it's the lowest division winner plays the weakest wild card team.
Okay.
So definitely a very good opportunity for the Phillies to make the playoffs, even though they started so poorly. But I would say it looks like we thought early on is the NL East is tough because now, I mean, obviously the Mets have a great record, and the Braves are also taking off the same time as the Phillies right now.
Yeah, I was about to say
both winning a ton of
9
games
in a row, right?
Yeah, winning a ton of games.
They went yesterday?
Yes, they did.
Oh yeah, because we're playing the Rockies. Because I was looking at that game, I didn't get that game in.
Yeah, I think they have. Actually, I kind of like Pittsburgh today against them a little bit.
Oh, I'm sorry. The Padres were playing the Rockies. My bad.
They were, and they did just play the Rockies and smoked them. But I actually like Pittsburgh is a decent value today because Jose Quintana's been throwing pretty well, and you figure Atlanta's due for a loss, just like the Phillies are due for a loss.
I feel like we're due for a loss too.
We are. We 100% are. Now, granted, they're throwing Kyle Nelson against us today. Arizona is who's young and not very good. And Ranger for us hasn't been great this year. He hasn't been very good at all, actually. So
Suarez?
Suarez. Yeah.
Okay.
He last year he was great because his control was spectacular. This year he's walked way too many people, which that you start walking people, you start letting up runs.
Yep.
I actually like the over in the Phillies game today. I think it's 9.5. I think both teams are going to score runs.
So here's a question for you, and for all those who don't bet baseball and trying to understand behind the scenes, the psychology of it, anything you can grab and tips to give you an edge. Tell us how the weather can affect baseball.
Weather's huge. Weather's huge in baseball. I like to look. So obviously, I have a weather guy. His name's Kevin Roth. If you ever want to look him up on Twitter, you just type his name in. He does MLB Roto Grinders weather, and he puts it out there. You can just look it up. You don't have to be a Roto member. So that's nice. And he breaks down the weather for every game. And obviously, you got to look at the weather for baseball because they don't play in the rain. So obviously, if it's going to rain, it's probably going to be postponed. And if it's just going to drizzle, sometimes that'll hurt the offense. And if the wind's blowing out, it really helps the offense. So you really got to look at it. And he breaks all that down, which is nice. He's not always right, but he told me the other day, like, oh, this game's getting postponed. And so I was like, oh, I'll just avoid it. And then it played, and the one team scored like 12 runs. I'm like, great. Awesome.
Right. All right, cool. So,
but yeah, I would definitely, you have to look at the weather. Mm-hmm. I always try to look at, usually if it's really hot, the ball travel. Like that's why usually teams start hitting the ton of the ball in June, because once it gets hot, the ball travels farther. Just the way it is. Yes. So you're going to see more home runs, more runs scored once it starts getting hot, like it is now. And usually, if it's cold out, it's beneficial to the pitchers. And if it's windy blowing out, it's beneficial to the hitters. If it's windy blowing in, it's beneficial to the pitchers. And they usually tell you, like they'll tell you where it's going. So I like to I like to keep an eye on that.
All right, let's get to the book. Let's go back here. Let's bring up the baseball. So tell us the plays, bro.
I got some. I do like it,
and tell us, give us the take, give us the side on it.
Okay, so I'll tell you, I like. I think Detroit is in a good spot today. They're plus money. They have their ace Tariq Skubal on the mound, who's been very good this year. I just liked him at plus money today. I think I saw it plus 115 earlier. It might be plus 110 now.
It's at one. It dropped in 108.
Yeah, see, so money's going towards him, which is good. That's a good sign.
Yeah.
But yeah, I like Scooble just because I think he's a stud. I really like Detroit today. I think they're going to score some runs. Against Ross Stripling, I believe is pitching for Toronto.
Correct.
Who's bottom? He's not even a starter for them. He just got inserted in because Hyunjin Ryu went to the DL. So he's technically like their 6th or 7th starter. He's not even in the rotation.
Oh, wow.
So I think that Detroit's in a good spot today. I really do.
Yeah, good gym there. I like that.
And Milwaukee, speaking of going the opposite way of the Phillies and Braves, Milwaukee has been on an absolute nosedive. But they're in a good spot today, and they desperately need a win. So I like the Milwaukee to get a win today. They're minus money, but it's not much. It's like 115.
Yeah, 120.
I like, and that's good to say that that's going that way too. And like I said earlier, I like the over in the Phillies game today. I wouldn't bet the Phillies today, even though I think they have a very good chance to continue the win streak. I like the over more.
So with baseball, for my takes, I've noticed that you just ride the wave until
I do like to ride the wave. Yes.
Yeah, you just ride.
If a team's hot, usually they're going to continue to be hot.
Yeah, exactly. And I just kind of ride the wave. For my takes, I'm a total base and team total better when I bet baseball.
Okay, I like that.
I do tend to bet sides every once in a while. I love to go against people who are in a position to sweep. So the first thing I do is like, all right, who's up for a sweep, and I'll look who the pitcher is, and I'll see if I like that other side.
I fully agreement there. It's very hard to sweep.
Yeah, are very hard to sweep in baseball. So I tend to go against the grain on the sweep, and then always got to bet an ace. Just like yesterday, Wheeler was on the mound. You should first 5 or Nerfy bets. First 5 is first 5 innings, and the Nerfy bet is no run first inning. For those who don't know that,
yeah, people love them bets.
I love those bets. Those are great bets.
They usually have specials, by the way, on like draft. I'm sure FanDuel does too, but they have specials for like multiple games combined, no runs first inning, and sometimes they're really good values.
Yeah, absolutely. My takes on betting on baseball is I'm always looking at the pitcher. Don't care who. Big
time.
I'm always looking at pitching. If I got a good pitcher on the mound, then I'll start to dig a little bit deeper. And then speaking of that, of pitchers, we just put the Phillies up, not saying that I'm betting the Phillies. Wilson, can you explain to me when people bet baseball, this action thing, right? What does this mean for both pitchers? You have one pitcher, just so the folks know and understand, like when you're betting baseball, when you're betting the side, or let's even go to your bet. You like Detroit today.
I do.
Do I just bet this, Detroit? Or do I change and pick a pitcher, both pitchers? Kind of explain what this means so that people know.
Yeah, I don't really mess around with that much. I usually just take the team, honestly.
Okay.
But I know there's people that get really in depth with baseball betting. Like you said, you already mentioned the first 5. I got a couple of friends that do a ton of first 5 bets. And then they're usually always looking at the starting pitcher when they do that. Because you figure the starting pitcher, if he's good, he's going to be in for the whole first 5.
Yeah. So
yeah.
What I typically, from my understanding, when I bet on these action bets, if you leave it as action, it doesn't matter who pitches. Sometimes the pitchers get scratched late.
Okay. That makes sense.
So from my understanding, that's what that means. So even though you bet it,
teams do get that's probably one thing that happens more in baseball than any other sport is guys get scratched late.
Yeah, right, exactly. So if we bet this bet, and then what's his name, Scuba?
Yeah, Scooble, yeah.
Scooble. If we bet Scooble, that means that he has to pitch for this bet to be live.
I like that. That's actually a very good little thing to add on. I didn't even know about that.
Yeah, and then vice versa. So both pitchers, that means both pitchers have to go. So if one of them gets scratched, that's a void bet. So
that's not a bad move.
Yeah,
I like that.
You kind of got to make sure when you bet, if you do action, doesn't matter. It's just going to be Detroit versus Toronto. But if you want to make sure that if your edge on the bet is because of the pitching, and you need this because, like you gave a great take, this is their ace. He's 5-2 right now. He's playing well. Detroit's in a good spot. They just came off a win yesterday. I like this bet right here. And Stripling is like their 6th or 7th man in the rotation. He's not even a starter. that tells me I kind of like first 5. Just
Yeah.
for take.
Yeah.
Right? First half right here.
I would definitely agree with that because you figure that Toronto's goal in this game would be to get Scooble out of the game and get to the bullpen.
Right. So first 5 run line. That's +1.5. So I never got these run lines of half. Never understood.
Yeah, I feel like the only time I mess with the run lines is when a team is just massively favored, and I don't want to lay that much. Like I think the Yankees are minus 240.
Right?
Yeah,
Even
I think the Yankees are minus 240 today. Even with the run line, they're still minus. I think, right?
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
Yeah. So like sometimes I'll mess around with like minus 1.5 if I think the Yankees are just going to blow a team out, like they blew out the Cubs yesterday.
Yeah. So here's some good value here because I might take this bet. I like this Detroit bet. Right here, first 5, Detroit Tigers +120.
I like it.
Plus EV bets.
I like it.
EV bets.
And my little parlay for the day for everyone out there is Detroit, Milwaukee over in the Phillies game.
Let's put it together. Let's see what it looks like. So go back. We'll go Detroit, and then we'll go over here. You said over in the Phillies game?
Over, yeah. I think it's 9.5.
Yep.
And then Milwaukee, which should be around minus 120, I think.
I'd parlay place +634. Good
Yeah,
value.
I mean, it would be a great hit.
For sure. Love that. Love that play. I do like Detroit. I'm gonna look more into that. I think that Detroit game. I bet on Toronto yesterday for them to score. They didn't.
Yeah, I was surprised yesterday. I thought Toronto was going to hit the ball a lot more yesterday.
Yeah, so did I.
Which gets me a little nervous about today. But I really like Scooble. He's throwing the ball really well.
That's why I did the first 5, and I would to protect myself because we said, Atlanta's due, Phillies are due. I would do first 5 on the Phillies here too. And then their bullpen, obviously, we already know what their bullpen is.
Yeah, the bullpen's an issue for sure. Definitely our biggest issue still to this moment.
Yeah, I like the Phillies to maybe be ahead on first 5. Them. I'm still looking at it, but this Detroit play is a decent play, and love that Marcus Smart. Might have to use that for the members. It might be a gem right.
I like that.
For that Marcus Smart. All right, I know you got one more. You've been running these home run parlays.
I got to hit one, man.
You got to hit one. I know you had a lot of 2 for 3s.
I've been 2 for 3 a few times, but I just can't. I can't get that third one, man. I can't get that third one.
Got to hit one. So just go because a lot of bet small, win big. Love the scratchy ticket parlays. Betting 25 to win 3 or 4 grand. So you got to love that.
I go real small with some of them.
Yeah,
$5 to win 900. I mean, obviously you can throw $5 away with a chance to win 900.
Yeah. Talk to me about how you go about selecting the home run parlays, and we'll get.
I usually break down. Obviously I look at the pitchers. That's the main thing I look at, and I look at how a hitter has done historically against that pitcher. Some hitters just own guys. Yeah, and they'll just consistently hit home runs off of them. It doesn't matter. Even if they're good pitches, they just own them. So I look for that. Actually, was it last night? 2 nights ago, Jock Peterson it just owns Walker Buehler. He went 3 for 4. He didn't homer, which sucks. But he just owns him. He has great numbers against him, and he was like plus 550 to homer. So I'm like, that's a great value guy that you look there because Walker Buehler is a very good pitcher. So you would think that he wouldn't own him, but he just does. Mm-hmm. So I look for stuff like that. And then I've been playing daily fantasy for so long in MLB that I know certain guys are just better. Like Salvador Perez crushes lefties. So if it's a lefty on the mound, I'm looking towards Salvador Perez. Same thing with Byron Buxton, crushes lefties. Mm-hmm. It's another guy I'm looking at when the lefty on the mound. And that's how basically I do it. And then like when guys are hot, you try to ride the hot guy. Usually guys hit homers in bunches. That's true. They get on the streak. So give who you got today? I feel like I think Harper. I think Harper's a good play today. He hasn't homered yet in this series. Okay. And like I said, I don't know much about Kyle Nelson. The ball. Yeah. I think Harper or Schwarber is a good play today for a homer, just because of how well they've been hitting the ball. And Reese is getting hot, so you could even throw maybe even I mean, I doubt all 3 homer. That would be wild, but
That would be wild.
that would be a little same game parlay for you. But I do like I like the over in the Phillies game. So I think there is going to be some hits. I know the weather seems to be clearing up outside, so I think it's going to be fine for the game.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to say Harper. I'm going to say.
Let's see here. Where is he at to record a home run?
He's probably going to be like plus 300 or maybe even less.
What's so
really
odds,
good players are usually
on
around.
Actually, like not the odds on them hitting it, but looking at the book and looking at the number, there it is to hit a home run. Like is plus 260 low?
Yeah, that would be one of the lowest, I would say. Yes.
Okay.
Usually, the really good players and the guys that they project to possibly homer are right around 260 to 300.
Okay.
And then guys that are like maybe a long shot are around 500 to 600.
Okay. Is Moniak playing today?
I would assume he is because Nelson's a righty, so I would think he is.
Okay.
I do. I like
right.
Another guy I like, sneaky guy I like today for a home run is Austin Slater for San Fran. He bats leadoff when they face lefties. They're facing Julio Urias, I believe. He's throwing for the Dodgers today. And Slater, I love when he bats leadoff against a lefty because he looks for that. He looks for that like first pitch fastball homer, and he gets it a lot. And he's the guy that would probably, I would assume, would be a really good value play, probably over plus 400.
Yeah, we got RBIs. I don't think they have the homers up yet. For this
yeah, they might. That's a later game. So
it's a later game. Yeah, probably the lineup hasn't come out yet.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. I'm sure.
Yeah.
And then obviously, I mean, I'm trying to think of like some other good. I feel like Houston is due. Houston has a 3-game losing streak. They're not going to get swept by Miami. I was going to add Houston earlier, but they're a monster favorite today. There might be one of the ones where you want to do a -1.5 is on Houston today. I believe Verlander's on the bump.
Yep.
So they're a monster favorite. Who's pitching for Miami? Does it say?
Cabrera.
Okay. Yeah. So it's not. I would have been nervous if it was Alcantara or Lopez because they're both really good. But yeah, I think to me, I like Yordan Alvarez to homer today, and I'm sure he'll be a low one. He'll be plus 200 something because he's a monster. But I like him to homer today.
Who is it?
Yordan Alvarez.
Yeah, he is plus 340.
Okay, that's actually not bad.
Crazy. Harper's plus 260.
Yeah, that's low. That's real
yeah,
low.
that's insane. Oh man.
So I'll say Harper, Alvarez, Slater. That's my one for today, and that it should be great money because like I said, I assume Slater will lead off. We don't know yet because the lineup's not in, but he leads off against lefties, and he'll be a high one, so it should jump that number up.
So this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go because it's just so hard to hit one. I'm gonna go.
It's so hard. Go with the 2 guy. Yeah, go with 2.
I'm gonna go with 2. That's plus 1,500.
Still huge, yeah.
So let's do our Willy Vegas $5 bet.
I like it.
75 ain't shit. No, actually, I can't say that's 15 times your money, so it's better than nothing. Let's do a $25 make it holler.
Okay.
$25 to win 376.
I like it.
Harper Alvarez. Just
okay, let's get it. Let's get it.
I'm putting that is a Money Pot exclusive Willy Vegas MLB edition.
Right as soon as I get off, I'm jumping a 25 on it myself. Let's go.
As soon as I log in, as soon as we log off, I'm jumping in and I'm putting this bet in. Absolutely. And then I'm giving it out.
I like it.
I like it, man. All right, we learned a lot today about baseball betting. So let's keep
follow the trends.
Let's keep the way
watch the pitchers.
Because a lot of us are probably predominantly basketball, football bettors. So we're going to start to shift. I'm going to start to shift. Obviously, hockey set. Great series, too, Colorado.
I mean,
Tampa
going for 3 straight, which is crazy.
History.
Crazy.
Tracing history.
And then obviously Colorado they just absolutely dismantled Edmonton. So
yeah.
I think
Edmonton's a
I
good
actually
team from what I know.
I actually like Colorado. I think Colorado's going to get it done. I really do. But
Yeah.
I mean, how can you bet against Tampa? The
Yeah,
thing is,
no,
Tampa no one scores on Vasilevsky. They just don't score on him.
Yeah, I have a future. Yeah, that was the biggest over bets yesterday was him to have a shutout. It was plus 900. I saw it everywhere.
Yeah, well, I think so. He let up a goal, obviously, but I think it was 6 of the last 7 closeout games he had shutouts in.
He had shutouts, yeah,
which is crazy.
Yeah, and it's so interesting how those little nuggets drop out into the pond, right? They drop out into the puddle to get everybody to bet it. And of course, as soon as I saw it, and then I kept seeing it, I'm like, "There's no way I'm betting."
And of course he has the shutout till like 6 minutes left in the game too.
Right, exactly, of course. And you're focused. You don't even watch. You don't even bet. You don't watch hockey, but you're watching it now. Playoff hockey is great. I will say that.
It is great. Yeah, it's probably the biggest difference between regular season and playoffs in any sport is the hockey, just because they swallow the whistles and they let them play. They're so physical in the playoffs. It's wild.
Yeah, I like playoff, and I've been to a couple Flyer playoff games. It's live there.
Oh yeah, it's wild.
It's a good time.
Would like to see them get back at some point soon.
Hope. Yeah. I can't even talk Flyers. Like I said, I'm done with the teams after they got rid of Wayne Simmons. I'm done.
They are they're a mess right now. The Flyers.
They are.
Absolute mess.
They are a mess. So like I said, from shifting from our normal basketball bets because the finals are coming to an end, and then you have your baseball and your hockey. Now I do some tennis, a little bit of golf, just a little bit of golf, not too much. I have to throw. I'm throwing dartboards at golf.
Yeah, I'm right there with you. I dabble a little bit with golf and tennis. Usually just majors.
Tennis. Yeah, I like to do tennis. My mom was a big tennis fan, so I watch tennis and I know who the players are.
Yeah, I like the majors.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Just like basketball, you kind of stick with the stars. Kind of.
Yes. Like I would have, if I was betting tennis last week, I would have had Nadal to win the French just because he always wins the French, and he won again. So
yeah, I had the kid, the kid that got a lot of hype, the 19-year-old. It's not Alvarez. It's something like that. But he was going against the number 3, and he was a minus 300 favorite.
Oh wow!
And I was all over the other guy. It was just too much hype, too much money. Just like UFC, I do bet UFC a lot too. So I do shift.
Yeah, actually, most of the bets, because I'll be honest though, probably the sport I know the least about is UFC. I like to watch it. I just don't know much about it. So I follow your bets for UFC all the time.
Yeah, we hit.
Because I just don't know. So I'm like, oh, what's Nate got?
Yeah.
Let me hop on.
That's how you got to do it. That's why I brought you on these baseball plays.
Absolutely.
We hit yesterday, and like once again, for those who are the members, there's a link right there on YouTube. If you're not on YouTube, you're on Facebook, go to the A2D bio, hit the button, you get there. You will get the membership plays for me, of course, Money Pop Podcast. And if you've been following, if you've been a member, and if you're a new member, you're going to become a member, you do get Willy Vegas all the time with the DFS plays. DFS plays for baseball, and when I know
once football comes around.
Right. I know people are egging it, just ready for football. You're already doing your mocks. I can already feel it. You're in those mocks in ESPN doing your mocks. They're coming out, and you're trying to get ahead of the game. We got ways to go between football, but I know this is when it kind of starts, and we get excited, especially with, oh, my God. I've done so many Eagles.
Birds should be hot this year.
Oh, my God.
Birds should be hot.
I don't even want to talk about it because
I don't want to get too excited.
13-4 already. Like I see 13-4, 15-2 because how soft the schedule is.
All I keep thinking is like if Jalen takes a step, we're really fucking good. We're really, really good.
I hope
if he just takes a step, we're really, really good.
I'm not a Jalen fan.
Either am I, but it's still there's so many weapons now.
Yeah.
How can you fall flat on your face with these many weapons?
I mean, he's growing on me. He grew on me last year because I felt
he's a worker. He's a worker.
He's a worker, right?
Yeah.
He's a blue chipper, right? Yeah. Exactly, and that's why you like him, and that's why you like. He's got everything else but the arm.
I hope that because like listen, let's be honest. We've said it till we're blue in the face. He's never going to have that crazy arm strength. He's never going to. But if he can work on his anticipation and throwing the ball earlier, that's what you have to do then when you have a weaker arm. And if he can works on that, I mean, hey, sky's the limit.
My thing is, I don't think mechanics can get better, footwork can get better, which can improve kind of accuracy. But I've always felt that the quarterbacks who are accurate are just naturally accurate. Like,
True.
Like, I mean,
they just see the field different, you know?
Yeah, they just see it and process it differently, and you can't do anything about it. You either have or you don't. Now, people will say, well, what about Josh Allen? Josh Allen and Jalen Hurts are not in the same category. So let's stop.
Not even close.
Not even close. So
there's a reason Josh Allen would be
show about football, Wilson.
Josh Allen would be a top 2 pick in any draft, and Jalen Hurts is a 3rd, 4th round guy. I mean,
he's great for fantasy.
Yeah, I mean, he's not. Listen, I don't dislike Jalen Hurts. I think everyone likes to think that we don't like Jalen Hurts because we talk about his flaws, but we're just putting it out there that, I mean, they're there, and I do expect him to work on them and get better because, like I said, he's a worker and he's always been that. I'm just nervous that he's maybe at his ceiling. You know what I mean? Like, he's never going to get better. That's my only nervous part about Jalen Hurts.
That's a great way to end the show, and I think we'll leave it at that because I could just go on and on. I can't get caught. I can't get caught in the Eagles talk right now. It's too early. So for the homie here, Moss Money Pop Podcast, I want to thank the homie Willy Vegas for jumping on.
Absolutely.
Appreciate giving us the baseball knowledge, and I hope you guys all have a great day. Stay in the house. Don't spend money on gas no more because it's fucking ridiculous out here. Let's have a day today. We out.
Let's go! This ain't the fuck like Mossy Money, he stinks!
Oh shit!
It's